So in this life, I have seen quite a few wild interpretations of what everything should be like. From the painting, to the music, to the drinks, to the alcohol, to the sex, to the madness of all these things. And I think the things that I've gleaned from all of them is that creativity is just this thing that if you have it, it just happens. You can't really force. You can't really make things out of bad moments. You just kind of do all the things that you can do while you're doing them. And then you realize that these are those epic moments that trail beyond the silliest bits of you. And for some reason that's just this wonderful, wonderful thing. It took me a while to figure that out. I had to traverse through my 20s and my teens and almost through all of my 30s to realize that the best way to get through being in a slump creatively was to just sit and listen to the silence. And in the process, if you can, try and make things. Because making things will slowly get you out of the funk. You may not be within the range in which you thought you would be, but you will find those things to be these kind of amazing little bips and boops, so to speak. And that distractions are actually this really kind of simplistic, but perfect thing. I think the simplicity is kind of the part that catches people off guard the worst, honestly. You end up in these weird places where you think you should be with your artwork, but in actuality, where you really are is just wherever you end up. And it was always going to be that way. You were always on that path. You were always on that line being painted on the ink, on the canvas. You were going to spread. You were going to make teeny little details. See what I did there? And you were always going to skid your brush across the rough surface. That is what it is. It will always run out of ink. It will always have too much. It will always be these crazy little trips in the middle of the day to get a new, just hard piece of everything, to make sense of all those little bits and pieces, to find all these little worlds in which they kind of snake and intertwine and become these better parts of the things that you've really been working towards and hoping that you would wonderfully understand. But in the finite parts of all of that, you're really just in a long scheme, working in a pattern. And that's art. Art has this amazing quality to it where you can look deep into the sky and see a million different patterns, and everyone else could look up and just see blackness with a speckle of a star somewhere in the distance. And that's what makes it so special, that you are always and forever making and doing these things and finding all these ways to go on and try to kind of hook your finger into the loop and then ride that into the sky. There's no fear in empty canvases. There's only the fear of not doing things. Happy Pride Month, by the way. You just have to take your brush and make your ocean. The sounds are just these ever-growing, needing things connecting and linking and going forward and backwards and ups and downs and everywhere within all these wonderful little possibilities. And that's like the point of all of it. To see yourself in this place, making these amazing things so that you can go forward. It's all life, love, and the pursuit of happiness. Yellows and reds and blues, primary parts of life made up by the simplistic, my words, they elude me, simplistic just patterns. But the funny thing about a complex pattern, a multifaceted rug of many amusing kind of talents that has been made, is it's a small pattern made over and over and over again via the lines. It starts in a corner and then it works its way to another corner, and slowly the middle becomes farther and farther apart, and slowly the middle then gets closer and closer and closer. And it's just patience, honestly. It's just this punctuation of beautiful patience. You are so ready to just take a leap of faith on yourself. You'll see. So do me a solid, Galeras. Leave a like, subscribe, and share. It means the world to me. Helps me out a whole lot. Trying to get this algorithm thing working for me. I need a few hundred subscribers to be a partner again, and I'd really like that. So I'll see you around. Partner out. Ciao.